shakeleti love. So love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do waiting I love, waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go know how we done my heart, oh. Go no be vodka, Mr. Money Changer, but when I know the ways that Mr.
Every black person should please remember that you were Africans before you became anything else.
Revolve is a media technology company that specializes in providing music, entertainment, and lifestyle content from around the world. It is driven by a mission to offer the best music, entertainment, and lifestyle experiences for a global audience, as well as a vision to become the foremost global provider of music and entertainment content with a focus on Africa and black communities across the world. We curate content and personalized recommendations based on user consumption habits, and is well positioned to capture the growing demand for African music and entertainment content. Revolve appeals to both the underground and mainstream audiences who are interested in African music, entertainment and lifestyle, and the black culture movement, with a target audience of ambitious, creative, aspirational, social media savvy, ethical, sociable, yet independently minded individuals. Our platforms allow users to access a diverse range of music and lifestyle related content, including news, videos, gossip, performance series, podcast conversations, documentaries, festival content, artist reviews, and many more through the following categories and brand names: RV Daily, RV Unmute, Vibes Up, Reveal, Verve, and Revolve Plus.
Shakeleti love. So love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do waiting I love, waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go know how we done my heart, oh. Go no be vodka, Mr. Money Changer, but when I know the ways that Mr.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. On this happy trip back to the promised land.
Shakeleti love. So love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do waiting I love, waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go know how we done my heart, oh. Go no be vodka, Mr. Money Changer, but when I know the ways that Mr.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. On this happy trip back to the promised land.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Conversation Beyond Borders, proudly brought to you by HYT African TV. And we are streaming live on all social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. I'm your host, Kiki, and I am excited to have you with this special edition. Tonight, we bring you the voices of aspirants for the UK and Ireland chapter as they share their vision, ideas, and plans for leadership. Leadership is more than a position. It's about vision, service, commitment, and the courage to make a difference. So tonight, we listen, we ask the important questions, and we go beyond the campaign messages to understand what each aspirant truly stands for. To our viewers across the UK and Ireland, Ghana, and beyond, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is Conversation Beyond Borders, and where our voices are heard, ideas are shared, and leadership takes center stage. Before I introduce my guests to you, or I let them introduce themselves, let's go for a quick commercial break. We will be right back to begin.
That dream of studying and working abroad has been made much accessible to everyone, including you. So worry less about how you're going to get there, because we always make it happen. This is StepFinders Ghana Limited. We offer a highly professional guidance and support system, both in your university and visa application process. StepFinders Ghana Limited is a highly trusted agency of the University of the West of Scotland, one of the largest modern universities offering a range of academic, social, and sporting facilities. You can apply for undergraduate, master's and PhD in business and creative industries, education, social sciences, computing, engineering, physical sciences, health, and life sciences. Come through StepFinders, and for your studies, you get yourself a laptop or a £500 gift voucher. Call on +233 598 488804. WhatsApp on +44 7404 711 049. Send us an email or visit our website for more information.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us. Tonight is an exciting one, and I would ask each of the aspirants to introduce themselves and also the position they are standing for. There are three beautiful women here, and we have a gentleman. So I'm going to start with the gentleman. And we also have a neutral person who will be listening, and also based on all they say, will be able to contribute her knowledge to their journey. And so I will begin with the gentleman. Please introduce yourself and briefly take us through your political journey in the UK and Ireland chapter.
Okay, good evening to everybody. My name is Jefferson Koku Afodope. I am a legal advisor with S&K Law Solicitors. We predominantly do immigration issues, probate and wills, and commercial law. I started actively from the UK Ireland chapter in 2022. And when I came to Bedford, that was when I called the current chairperson, Mr. Conrad, I went online. I was looking for an NDC in the UK, but I spoke to somebody and he gave me his number. So from then I joined them into King's branch, and then I started from there up to the time where we spoke, and I realized that we have to create the Bedford branch. So I can say that the Bedford branch was my work. I started it. I mooted all the ideas, and then I started forth as the organizing secretary at Bedford. Along the line, our secretary was out, and I took the position as a secretary. And then subsequently, we got inaugurated, even though we had some backs and forth. I believe that this opportunity is for the youth to be able to get full participation. I am vying for the youth organizer of the chapter. I just capture my experience and everything in a one word, like a paradigm shift. There should be a different way of doing things and achieving a better result in the chapter if it comes to the youth. So briefly, that is just about me. And then going forward, I'll lay before you details of my policies.
Thank you very much. Let me go to the doctor on the seat today to introduce herself and also who she is within the UK and Ireland chapter. Doc, you are welcome. Dr. Joe, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, hello. Thank you, Kiki, for having me here. So I am Jojo Edusepuku, and I am the communications officer for NDC Luton branch. I am the guest anchor for this evening's session, and my role here is to bring objectivity to the show. So I hope I'll be able to do that. So good luck to all the hopefuls, and I look forward to listening to your vision for the chapter.
Thank you very much. We have here with me the current women organizer of the UK, deputy women organizer of the UK and Ireland chapter. Can you please introduce yourself, madam? You are welcome to Conversation Beyond Borders.
Thank you. Can you see my video? It looks like it's a bit blank. Can you see my face?
No, I can't see.
For some reason. I don't know what is going on, but let's carry on. Hopefully it will resolve by itself. My name is Rebecca Anun. People know me as Becky Stone, and I'm the current Deputy Women's Organizer of the UK and Ireland chapter. And I'm vying for the position of the Women's Organizer. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Madam Becky. We've got one more of the aspirant. Looks like she's having a technical problem. Hello, can you hear me? Can you unmute, please? Okay. She will join us later while she's fixing her problems. Auntie Becky, what motivated you to contest for this particular position at this stage of your political journey?
Okay, thank you very much. My motivation is the passion for, what I do. Professionally, I'm a health visitor. I'm a qualified nurse, and I am a people's person. I have the passion to see women thrive. I have the passion to support women. So being a deputy women's organizer under the able leadership of Mary Gardner, we've been working, and I can see that, there is a lot that we need to do. And once, by the grace of God, I've been endowed with the knowledge, with the strength, and the vision. I just want to go a step further to make an impact on the women. Thank you.
Okay, we've got one more of the aspirant joining. Hello, madam. Welcome to Conversation Beyond Borders. Can you introduce yourself and the position you are vying for?
Thank you very much, Kiki, and thank you to all the viewers across the globe. My name is Satina Edem-Sunu. I joined the NDC sometime back in 2022. My journey with the UK and Ireland chapter has always been defined by my service, my organization, mobilization, and my party work. And also, I played an important role in establishing the Bedford branch, as well as the Chester branch. So that is just a little overview of my political journey. And I'm stepping forward to contest the position of the deputy chapter organizer. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your introduction. So I'll move straight to Mr. Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson, so I know Bedford inauguration was quite recently.
Yeah.
And so one may ask that, you know, as a growing branch, you could, with your expertise and knowledge and everything, you will stay in there to oversee whatever is going on to grow the branch. But it looks like you are stepping forward. So what actually motivated you to take this position?
Yes. Like I said, I started being active in the chapter from Milton Keynes. And
like I said, I started.
I can't hear a thing.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
All right. So I started my journey from the Keynes branch, and because we started growing branches, even before that, I mooted the idea that we have to have a branch in Bedford. But I believe that everybody has passion and then knows timing of what he wants to do to have impact lives. I have been in Bedford, and everybody who knows me can tell the truth that I am somebody who just wants to help people and move, people towards their aspirations and things they want to do. So I believe that the passion I have to go for youth organizer at the chapter is just because I want to make a massive impact in the total chapter, so that by virtue of that, I feel fulfilled by doing that. That is my nature. I will not say that everything is all perfect with our branch, but it's a call to affect a bigger populace of the chapter. That is my passion, basically. Yes.
Thank you very much. Madam Rebecca, you've been the deputy women organizer, you're stepping forward to become a woman organizer. From your experience as a chapter executive, what do you believe is currently working and what areas do you believe require improvement? Hello, Madam Rebecca, can you hear me? Okay, I will move on. Yeah, Madam Satina. So I'm going to ask the same question I asked Mr. Jefferson, that you were inaugurated recently. And so one may think that you will stay in there to ensure that the branch grows to, its fulfillment. But here you are stepping forward as a deputy organizer of the UK and Ireland chapter. So what actually motivated you to go in for this position?
Thank you very much, Kiki. I have always been an active person in the chapter before the inauguration of Bedford. And I think my role that I have played in the chapter, even without a position, without a title, is just, I think I'm ready to go forward to become a chapter executive to support my works that I have already been doing without position. I know Bedford is just being inaugurated, it's granted, and it's going to be left in the hands of capable executives. That is why I am going forward to become a deputy chapter organizer.
Okay. All right. Let me hear from Doc. Doc, these are some of the introductions, the motivations, and everything. What do you think? Because I'm keen on the fact that Bedford was inaugurated recently, and these are people who want to step up. So, what do you think from their submissions?
Right. So good evening to all your listeners again. Listening to the aspirants, I believe they have presented a shared vision, and the vision is rooted in service and change. That's what I hear from them. And there is a desire to strengthen the chapter. Okay, there's a clear recognition that they want to grow the chapter.
Is the chapter not growing enough?
I'm getting so to grow it, develop it. Let me use the word develop. To develop it, where we are, we've come far, but as an aspirant said, there is more to do. So there is a desire to grow the chapter further and not leave it where it is. So what I'm getting from them is a desire to grow the chapter. There's a clear recognition that they want to step up to help the chapter grow further from where it is now. And that's encouraging. I'll say that's encouraging to hear from them.
Thank you very much for your submission. Madam Rebecca, you went off for a while, and welcome back once again.
Thank you very much.
So I was asking that you are the current deputy women's organizer. You're stepping forward to become the organizer, the women's organizer, sorry. So from your experience as a chapter executive, what do you believe is actually working, and what areas do you believe requires improvement?
Thank you very much. I think what is really working is that we have like a leadership who is leading the way. We've been able to make a lot of achievements in terms of the communication. We have our own website. We use that to during the elections, the 2024 elections, we use that to raise funds. Membership drive has gone up, but in every organization there is always room for improvement. So going forward, what we need to do is that now we've got at least about 2,000 membership. Now we need to work really hard, work collaboratively to ensure that every member is heard, every member is involved, every member is carried along in chapter activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let me come back to Mr. Jefferson.
Yeah.
Sir, yeah, so I believe that going forward for the position of a youth organizer, you may have identified certain challenges, or you may have seen certain improvement that you would love to add your knowledge to it. So can you share with us one of the things you have identified within the area of responsibility, and practically how you are going to address this to ensure that there is this vibrancy or the youth drive in the UK and Ireland chapter?
Thank you very much. Like I started saying, the youth of the chapter, they are the dynamic force of the chapter. Everywhere in the world, there is no elections without the youth being the decision makers or the driving force. I believe that if we want to, if you look at our population, even here, it's a youthful population. And I believe that in the UK and Ireland chapter has a lot of, problems. For instance, as the kind of work I do every day, I realize that the continuous, this interest in the activities is as a result of a lot of problems they face. For instance, if somebody comes to school and finishing school and then is not regularized in the system, you don't expect that person to be involved in our meetings and our programs. That's one of the problems. People are struggling with immigration issues. People are struggling because they don't have jobs. People don't have opportunities. People want to talk to people and they cannot. They just need some guidance. So I see a certain level of, despair. People in the chapter. I also realized the importance of other people who worked towards this chapter. The current youth organizer, Mr. Alfred, did a lot of work. I commend him for the kind of job he did in establishing TAIN. As a member of TAIN, and we started TAIN 2006 when I was a TAIN member in Legon. I appreciate what he's doing now. But I believe that our involvement in youth activities is limited because it's always a particular way. There is a program coming off. We have the president coming or people coming from Accra. Let's go and converge at one place. We ask questions and then they go and they don't implement those questions. Then it's like one routine that is going on, and it's like we are just people who are trophy youth people, and then they use us to achieve a particular end. This must change, which is why I'm in to be the youth organizer. We want to identify problems that the youth has and then make sure that we bring programs, policies, information sessions, a lot of solutions to those problems. Like I mentioned, somebody has finished school, somebody is here, he's on a skilled worker, and then the main applicant, like you say, is a nurse or is a carer, and the dependent comes and said, I'm not working. What's the problem? I've applied for jobs, I'm not getting, the system is choked. What can you do for that person so that the person at least will get something to do? It may not be money given to the person. You cannot convince people here to vote for you because they are discerning people. It's an environment where everybody is discerning and then they know what they are about. So all people want is somebody who comes in to bring impact, bring a paradigm shift on how to do things so that they get to be guided about their jobs, their immigration status, their coaching, their counseling. And that is what I am trying to bring to this chapter. It is very important to me because it is becoming like a national security issue. You may not know because you don't talk to people. I come from an environment where I worked with multinationals before coming to this country. And then after school, I wrote a lot of applications. For people who know me, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you realize I've worked with a couple of companies here. And I know what it takes to groom people to get jobs, what it takes to put down a good CV. It may not take money for the person to pay me off. If I organize a seminar that is on CV, I bring people together for us to coach youngsters. We do information sessions. It's going to solve a lot of problems in the chapter. People don't care whether there's something coming on or not. They want their problems to be solved, which is why I'm in to bring this paradigm shift, to make sure that people get transformed through our coaching, our guidance, our seminars, our workshops, so that they feel important.
Thank you very much, sir. Madam Setina, let me ask you, so what do you understand, or can you explain to us the primary responsibilities of the deputy organizer within the chapter? I remember that from your submission, you were saying that you've worked, and so we want to understand the role you are going into. What are some of the primary responsibilities that you can share with the UK and Ireland chapter and also the audience?
Thank you very much. A role of a deputy chapter organizer, it's simple, is to work alongside the substantive organizer to strengthen the branches, because we need, the branches are the core the core of the chapter. So if the branches are strengthened, that is how we'll be able to have a chapter that is strong. So my role is very simple, is to work with the chapter organizer and make sure we mobilize, we communicate well, and also play the role that I am assigned to. If my chapter organizer is not available, I think that gives me the opportunity to take the position to be able to organize and mobilize our people if I'm called on. As a deputy chapter organizer, I will work to make sure our branches are more visible. Our branches needs, especially the younger branches that have been inaugurated, they need support. They need people.
How are you going to support them?
We will support them by communicating with them, especially in the position of a deputy chapter organizer. I will liaise with the organizer and also support them with activities. Back home, because I was able to mobilize during the campaign, mobilization is my skill set. So with that, I'll be able to support the branches with mobilization. As
Can you take us a little bit into mobilization?
Well, mobilization is not just during election. You have to start mobilizing people before election, because what I have seen is that during election is when we start going out to talk to people and to sell our visions to them. But I think as members of the NDC, what we should do is to engage people more. People are willing to be part of the NDC, but participation is something that is very low. The engagement needs to be looked at. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm a bit frozen.
Let me go to Madam Rebecca. Hello. Madam Becky, can you hear me? Okay. Dr. Joe, you've heard from the two aspirants, or even the third one, and what will be your judgment? I'm not saying you should judge, but your assessment of everything they are saying. You are a branch executive. So one of the aspirants spoke about mobilization. The other did speak about, bringing the youth together and all of that. You are a branch person. So what can you share with us to, ensure that whatever they are saying is, let me use the word, realistic enough to move the branch and also the chapter forward?
Okay, so
Madam Becky, are you here? So before I come to you, Madam Becky. Hello, Auntie Becky, are you here?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. It looks like you're having a little bit of challenge.
Yes.
At your end.
Apologies to your viewers, but I don't know what is going on.
I want to give you the chance to answer this question, then Dr. Joe can, go ahead with her delivery. So I want to know if given the nod, what are some of your three most prioritized vision for the UK and Ireland chapter women?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to go back a little bit about the role of the women's organizer. And when you look into our constitution, it has been enshrined in the constitution about the role. So as a women organizer, your role is to mobilize, but that goes beyond mobilization. This means that when you are mobilizing, you ensure that the voices of women are heard, their welfare becomes paramount, to make sure that go to them and ask, their input. Because I think what we've done so far is that we've been able to mobilize, but in terms of going down to the grassroots, I mean the branches, to listen to the women, to hear them, and also to, hear in terms of their welfare. I've been doing a bit behind the background because there are people in the chapter who are going through a lot. And I remember the last encounter we had with the HE, Honorable or Her Excellency Zita. There were some people, I think Comrade Jeff mentioned, people on the sponsorship, visa sponsorship, who have had babies in this country, and they are going through a lot. People who have not really settled well into the UK and Ireland or the UK, because they are coming from a different regime or a different environment. So for me, one of my priority is about welfare. Even though we have welfare in some of the branches, they have welfare officers. But this time, we are going to have an open dialogue and listen to people, especially the women. Listen to what their concerns are. Listen to what their needs are. Listen to the advice and the input that they have to make the welfare important. Because some of them, it's not about money. Some of them just want someone to talk to. And for my background as a health visitor and a nurse, I work with different organizations and we help different people. So I'll be able to bring that skill set, transfer that into our women to ensure that their needs are met, they are heard, and to make the chapter more vibrant. Also, there are on top skills in the chapter. There are a lot of women that have skills that will be very useful to this chapter. So another thing is to do a mentorship to empower our women so that they will also come forth to mentor them. Look at the youth. And I was so enthused when we went to Milton Keynes. Look at the energy that the youth brought. I am going to collaborate with the youth, not just the youth, but the branches, the executives at the branch level, so that we all have a common vision, a common purpose to bring this chapter to another level. So these are some of the things that when I'm giving the nod, I will bring on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Dr. Joe, over to you.
Okay, so it's inspiring to listen to the intentions of aspirants. I would say that there is a good balance in what they have presented to us. A balance between welfare, development, and strengthening the association. The aspirant talked about youth empowerment, so the welfare of the youth. And it is important that the welfare of the youth is taken care of, then they will be able to participate in the chapter activities. There was a mention of mobilization and seeking the input of members. There was a mention of strengthening communication. And also there was a mention of, I like the fact that I think all aspirants are drawing on their professional experience to bring into their political work, which is great. And while some areas could have been further developed, I think the overall approach, it demonstrates an understanding of the chapter's current challenges. And I also like where they were specific. For example, the immigration issues of the youth, and that's a clear understanding of the challenges facing the youth in the chapter. And then, yeah, drawing on their professional experience to bring into the role. So on the whole, there's a good balance. And I would like to hear more of how the chapters can collaborate. They all have brilliant ideas. So how are you going to work collaboratively between the chapters? That could have been further developed, but on
Can we take that? Sorry, Dr. Kati, but can we take that from each aspirant before we go on a commercial break? If you can ask the question that you just asked, because I want you to ask them, each of the aspirants.
Right. So what I want to hear is, how are you going to ensure that the chapters are working collaboratively? Because we can share resources, we can share ideas. So how can you ensure that chapters are tapping into each other?
I'll start with Auntie Becky, if you could answer that for me.
Yes, thank you very much for that, Dr. Jojo. So before then, I will say that there are certain things, certain structures that has been put in place already. So we have these zonal branches have been grouped into zones. And we have the northern zone, the southern zone, and then the Midlands. So there is that structure there. What will happen is we have representatives of women organizers at the various branches, which we have them in one platform. But we are going to go extra mile, because being on the platform, I mean, we've done a lot. But like I said, to collaborate is to bring everyone, not just the women, because one thing that we also found out is the sharing of resources. For example, we had issues regarding finances, but these women belong to branches, okay? And these branches, they organize activities. So when I come, I will go down to the branches, I will go down to the executives, and we will talk. We will have a dialogue and see how best we will be able to, integrate the various women's organizers' activities. We will collaborate with the youth, and we've done this in the past, because when we bring resources together, we are able to achieve more. In the past, the youth organizers and the women, the youth wing and the women's wing, we embarked on a journey to strengthen branches, upcoming branches, and Scotland was one of them. It was during COVID time when activities were not happening. We were able to go there to ginger the base, and today we have a branch in Scotland. So when we do this, we will bring the organization, the organizers. So all the organizers, because they are also part of the organizational committee. So we will bring together, we will, share ideas, we will discuss ideas, we will bring our programs so that it will be one. So when the women are having a program, It will be branch-based. It will be activities that is being organized by the branches, but the women will be leading. And in doing so, we'll be able to achieve more. So that is what, because of time, that is one thing that I'll be able to do. Thank you.
Madam Setina. I think you're on mute. You have to unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Jojo. I know before we can achieve this goal of collaboration, it's about teamwork. The chapter organizers, the women organizers, and the youth. I think we are under the same umbrella. So when we work as a team, it will be very easy for us to collaborate. The branches, for instance, myself, I've been to all the 17 branch inauguration. That is dedication, that is commitment. So working with the branch executives to be able to achieve a stronger chapter is not going to be a problem for me at all. And I know my other colleagues who are vying for the various groups is position is because they are committed to this position and wants to work for a better chapter. So it's very simple. It's commitment, teamwork, dedication, and we will produce results.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jefferson.
Yes, to add to what they've said, I see this whole thing like fishing. If you want to catch a fish, you need to know the right bait and the right hook. Now, before choosing the bait, you have to understand what attracts the fish. So we have to understand our young people through their lens, not through ours. And so we can have a team, but if you don't understand them, then it's going to be a problem because we will not be able to collaborate with them to be able to be on our side and to move the chapter forward. So what I want to say is that, getting them together their attention is not enough. We need to engage them through information sessions, monthly Zoom meetings, workshops, town hall meetings, and a lot of things just for them to feel that they are involved. Then it will also make the collaboration very successful. If you have a team and the people you want to mobilize to come around are not willing, then there's going to be a problem. So in short, this is how we're going to approach things for us to be able to achieve our results. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Joe, are you okay with the answers?
Yeah.
Do you need
more
clarification?
Thank you for your responses. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
All right. I'll take one comment from the comment section and then we'll go on a quick commercial break. Let me read this from Efo Yesuto. Shout out to you. He says that good to know what is going on in the diaspora. We will be back to read more of the comments in the comment section and then we'll go deeper with our conversation. Remember, this is Conversation Beyond Borders. Stay with us. We will be right back.
Every Black person should please remember that you were Africans before you became anything else.
Revolve is a media technology company that specializes in providing music, entertainment, and lifestyle content from around the world. It is driven by a mission to offer the best music, entertainment, and lifestyle experiences for a global audience, as well as a vision to become the foremost global provider of music and entertainment content with a focus on Africa and Black communities across the world. We curate content and personalized recommendations based on user consumption habits. and is well positioned to capture the growing demand for African music and entertainment content. Revolve appeals to both the underground and mainstream audiences who are interested in African music, entertainment and lifestyle, and the Black culture movement, with a target audience of ambitious, creative, aspirational, social media savvy, ethical, sociable, yet independently minded individuals. Our platforms allow users to access a diverse range of music and lifestyle related content, including news, videos, gossip, performance series, podcast conversations, documentaries, festival content, artist reviews, and many more through the following categories and brand names: RV Daily, RV Unmute, Vibes Up, Reveal, Verve, and Revolve Plus.
Thank you so much for staying with us and welcome back. I will come to Madam Setina, Deputy Organizer Hopeful. I wanted to ask you, how would you effectively support the organizer while still demonstrating independent leadership and also contributing your own ideas?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the question. How to support the organizer in demonstrating independence. My position is not to take over the position of the organizer, definitely not. So I have to work hand in hand with the organizer and also be able to work on my own if the needs arise. I have worked on my own independently without a position, without a title, and never did anything to make it look like I'm taking over anybody's job. So being independent and not taking over the work of the organizer, I think I have already demonstrated that a lot through my service in the chapter, so that I can be confident that I'll be very independent in my work as the deputy organizer and also work alongside the organizer. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you were talking about the youth, the youth being the backbone of the NDC UK and Ireland chapter, but sometimes they feel they don't have their voice in decision making when it comes to chapter issues and also activities. So how would you ensure that the youth have a voice and not simply being present at events because you want them there to support the chapter?
So, first of all, like I said, the youth needs solutions to their problems. So, as a youth organizer, I'll create activities that respond to the real needs of the youth of the chapter. We have experienced a particular trend where they are always, like I said, used to just grace events. For example, we have a referendum coming on in 2027. What is the youth wing doing to bring the contributions of this chapter, youth, in trying to be part of these conversations around the referendum? Now, you may say that you are here and then the thing is happening in Ghana, but we have family members. Our activities are not limited to this place. So I want to say that there must be their involvement consistently. They must be involved. They must feel the sense of belonging. It is not just about coming to programs and then when we finish, we say we've been here, the president was here. Let us engage them. Don't come out with a decision before telling the youth. Let the youth be part. Involve them. That is why I want to take this position. It is not about to be in a position and not function. It is for you to function as a leader, to make impacts in people's life, to make sure that people who have a lot of issues in immigration, in job, they don't have jobs, they get the sense of, belonging. They are coached. They get the guidance that they need when they come to this country. I would tell people that when I came to this country, I believe that the person that you fall on, if they give you the bad advice, you are going to take it up to the end. If you are not guided well in a lot of things is just about information. What does it take to organize a workshop to guide the young youth to be able to know what the current immigration rules are and how to navigate the system? What does it take to make the youth aware that when you finish school and you want to put a CV, for example, in this country, they don't really take certificates into consideration. All the jobs that I've done, unlike Ghana, you apply and they say send your certificates and then they will authenticate it. This country, no job have I done in a multinational that they ask of my certificate. All they ask for is reference. The reference shows your experience and whether somebody else can be able to vouch for you and say, you have done this work before. And because of that, I can say that you are capable of doing this. So the youth put up a lot of CVs. They put up a lot of, when they are going for interview, they are not guided. They go and say things and they are not getting the jobs they want to do. And people also come here, and because of lack of information and appropriate guidance, they get into a lot of things that they are not willing to do. Let me give an example. I have a friend who called me about a year ago that my brother is here. And then he worked in a workhouse 2 weeks and he said, my back is aching me, so I cannot work here. And I asked him, what work was he doing in Ghana? He said he was a fire service officer, junior rank. Then I said, oh, fire service officer. Then there's a lot of things you can do here. Let me see your CV. The guy's CV was empty. He couldn't even identify how to project yourself on a CV. So I told them that, okay, I will help and put certain things. And I engaged him. I called him. Then we applied for an evacuation officer. They have a place where he was living. And then we Googled and we saw that they needed somebody to be receiving calls, evacuation and all those things. Then we applied. They called him. Then they asked him to give reference from Ghana. Then he got one of his colleagues, his seniors, to give the reference. The guy worked 6 months after and was telling me there's a new position to be a supervisor. He's going to apply. I said, you should apply. And then he went. Now he's now a manager, and then he's in the response team. They go to Leicester today. Tomorrow he's in Manchester. Another time he's in Cambridge. This is what we are talking about. Yes, this is what we are talking about. Real impact. Make sure that your engagement with the people solve their problem. It is not about position and then carrying them to be, gracing events and making sure that they don't have a voice. Let us project the youth as the important diasporan voice in this era. The youth are the today of the future. I see them as the driving force of today. And when we try to promote them, then the future is already a clear path for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Madam Becky, I wanted to ask you a question, but let me go into the comment section to read some out so you answer the audience. So this is coming from Sam, and he says that many of our members, that is in the UK and Ireland chapter, are registered but remain inactive. So basically includes women, and they rarely attend events and some don't pay their dues. So if elected, what will you do differently to get these members genuinely engaged and also participating?
Yes, thank you very much. Like I said earlier on, you can attest to that in our just ended conference. We have a lot of women. And what I also found out was, the dates or the times that we do our activities, sometimes it's so closer that people can't plan. It's about engaging them. And most of them are on the platform. Some of them are not even active. they are not even reading the messages, because when you engage them behind the scenes, they say that the messages are too much. So what I will do is, like I said, go to them, listen to them, look at their needs, hear them, look at their barriers, what they are facing. Because some of them, it can be issues with childcare, it can be issues with work, it can be issues with simple, maybe transportation. It can
So
be
how are you
issues
going to
with,
identify that if I should cut you?
yes.
You want to go
So
to them.
what I'm saying is I will engage them, because like I said, they are on the platform. And also when I go to branch activities, I will take time to engage them, to understand what their needs are. Because without understanding their needs, you will not be able to go any further. Once you are able to understand their needs and identify with them, and then plan together with them, that is also very key. So whatever activity, involve them in the planning so that they will be aware, they will be part of it. And by doing that, when their voices are heard and they feel a part of something, then they will also, participate in that. So that is what I'm going to do when giving the nod. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Joe, you've heard for yourself. What do you want to add? What question would you want to ask? And how visible is it?
Yes, so our hopefuls are demonstrating the importance of communication and welfare. Earlier on, I talked about collaborative working, which they have responded to. Now I'm going to take that further. I was hoping to hear that as well, especially with youth organization and women's organization. I'm yet to hear about leadership development in the women and the youth to participate more, especially women in leadership, and also how we are going to develop the youth into leaders.
Okay.
We need the youth to.
Can you hold on for me? Sorry. Mr. Jefferson.
Yes.
So Dr. Joe wants to know how you are going to develop the youth into leaders to take up leadership positions.
Yes. So I think all these things that I've been speaking about is all about, growing the youth to be leaders. I always speak about positions, it's not all about being in position, but it's supposed to be, you don't even need to be in position to function as a leader. We have functional leaders, we have positional leaders. Now, when you have a group where you know their problems, the only thing is to give them capacity building. What comes to mind? We have, like I spoke about, workshops, information sessions, we have Zoom meetings, seminars. What is it going to be about? The problems of the youth, like I said, immigration, like I've started doing.
Can I hold you? Can I hold you there? So you seem to focus more on problems. How about identifying potentials and working to develop them? Can you please? Yeah.
Very well. So the issue is that when you identify potentials, then you must also guide the person to opportunities, because there are a lot of talents in the chapter. The youth are they're full of exuberance. They are the people who have the talents. So first of all, the problems is when you want to satisfy somebody, the best thing is to provide solution to the person's problem. That is why the person will experience some kind of satisfaction. If you come with things that the person is not satisfied about, then you are not going to make any impact. Now, there are a lot of talents, like you say, in this chapter. What will you do to harness those talents? Is giving them opportunities, creating networks and opportunities for them, connections. The issue is that people have qualifications, they have skills, but if you want to harness those skills and then make sure that the talents are giving this, then you have to engage with them. How do you engage? That's where the workshops will come in. That's where the information sessions will come in. That's where the Zoom meetings, and this should be done consistently, because they are human beings, and immediately there is a gap, people forget about, what even their role in a society. So for now, the solutions will be, the problems are identified, the talents will be identified. We will have a lot of programs in terms of workshops, information sessions, seminars, Zoom meetings, to be able to unravel all these talents, to be able to know that if somebody comes in and he has a particular skill, how are we going to promote this person to be able to get a job or get something to do? For example, some people came here. It's not everybody that wants to work in the office. He has a handiwork, like this bodybuilder. I met somebody, a lot of people. I met somebody recently. He's a bodybuilder.
2 seconds, please.
Yes. And then I told him that, well, I know somebody who I can introduce him to be able to, because he said, this is what I've been doing in Ghana. And then this. So first of all, you identify the person. The person comes with you have a listening ear to the person. So when you have this session, you'll be able to communicate with them, and they come up with their talents. Then you'll be able to guide them through the connections, the networks, and then the guidance in terms of getting them sorted with all the things they want, the jobs, the talents, where they will be very relevant to. So obviously, yes. Thank you very much.
Dr. Joe, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Jefferson. Right, and then I was also talking about women's participation. How are we going to organize women, encourage them, advocate for women to be in leadership roles, to be part of leadership? Young women.
Okay. Madam Becky.
Yes, thank you very much.
From your submission, I know you believe in women empowerment, women supporting women. I don't know if it's real, but can you please clarify what Dr. Joe is saying, because she wants to know more?
Thank you very much. This is something that I have been doing already, but it needs to go on a larger scale. So what I will do is have women leadership and mentorship. We have young women that needs someone to mentor them, someone to look up to them. So that is what I'm going to do more, introducing that and pair experienced women to emerging leaders. So people, and one of the things that we did during our conference, which we think her voice, her power, and we brought women, women in leadership who came out to tell their story from where they began. And this really motivated a lot of them. And we are looking to do more. But the only issue is finances. So that is where collaboration comes in. We are going to collaborate and make sure that everywhere we go, even at the chapter level, we are going to make the noise to ensure that when chapter activities are being planned, they will also consider, planning activities on that, level to ensure that women have these conferences and mentorship programs that will empower them, that will enable them. Also, education in terms of political education, workshops about the values of the NDC, because these are some of the things that lacks. Some people are in the party, but they don't know why they are in there, especially the women. And when people have, their cause to feel belonged, that is where you see them coming out in their numbers. And I'm speaking behind the scenes. There are some talents that I have identified that I'll be bringing on board so that we will nurture these young women who are up and coming, to enable them, to empower them, so that when we are gone, they will also take up the mantle and continue from where we
Thank you.
stopped. Thank you very much.
Dr. Joe, let me come to you. So, having listened to the aspirants, before we go on a commercial break, what is your overall assessment of their vision for the position they are seeking for as a branch executive?
Right. They have given us some encouraging submissions, and the themes that cut across what they have delivered: communication and welfare. They are passionate about communication and welfare. They are passionate about building systems, lasting systems that will improve engagement, communication, and welfare. That's what I'm getting from them. And then they have added what they would do about chapter collaboration. They have included how they are going to involve the youth and women in leadership and political education. So these are quite varied, and I can only wish them well. And I hope that members are listening and they'll hold them accountable to all these values and beliefs that they are sharing with us. So I believe there is a balance, there's a good balance, which is great and inspiring.
So as a branch executive, how is that going to impact your branch? And since you're also a communication officer.
As a branch executive, and that was why I asked about collaboration, because those at the chapter level should be able to work with branches and also ensure that there's collaboration amongst the branches. So that was why I asked the question. So as a branch executive, I believe that if they deliver what they have talked about communication, engagement, and welfare, that would come down to us at the branch level, and then it will impact positively on our members. So as a branch executive, I believe that it's encouraging to hear them talk about all these values.
Okay. All right, viewers, we will go for a quick commercial break, and we will come back to talk more on leadership. Thank you, and stay tuned.
That dream of studying and working abroad has been made much accessible to everyone, including you. So worry less about how you're going to get there, because we always make it happen. This is StepFinders Ghana Limited. We offer a highly professional guidance and support system, both in your university and visa application process. StepFinders Ghana Limited is a highly trusted agency of the University of the West of Scotland, one of the largest modern universities offering a range of academic, social, and sporting facilities. You can apply for undergraduate, master's and PhD in business and creative industries, education, social sciences, computing, engineering, physical sciences, health, and life sciences. Come through StepFinders, and for your studies, you get yourself a laptop or a £500 gift voucher. Call on +233 598 4888 04. WhatsApp on +44 7404 711 049. Send us an email or visit our website for more information.
Thank you so much for staying with us, and welcome back. I'm going into the comment section to read some questions that has been asked, and I'm taking this from Beatrice Asante, and that is directed to Mr. Jefferson, Youth Organizer Hopeful.
Yeah.
Mr. Jeff, so Beatrice wants to know if it is very necessary that the youth voices are amplified, but then how would that be done practically and effectively?
Yes. So, of course, your voices get to the top. There's a layer of, submitting your opinions and then your voices to the top. If you are a youth organizer, you also report to a higher authority. And if there is anything as regards the youth, you have to, first of all, be relevant in trying to push the agenda of the youth to the top. There are people who sit in meetings where they need to project the youth, but because, first of all, maybe they might not have the confidence to be able to penetrate and say that this is the position of the youth, so we want you to involve us. Then they keep quiet. So I am not that kind of person. I am always wherever I am. If you follow me, or if you go to chapter meetings and then people from Accra are there, if I have to voice out about after elections, when some people don't pick calls, people don't talk to people, I have consistently asked questions. What is going on? The youth are worried. We are trying to get to people who we repose confidence in them, and then they get to positions, we text them, they say they don't know us anymore, we are not relevant to them anymore. I don't do that. Everybody who knows me know that I want people, the voices of people to be heard. As of now, I do that not because I'm a leader of the youth. I do that because personally, I want people to be accountable. I want, divergent views to be involved in the governance of this chapter and then at the national as a whole. I don't want to be in a place where you have a position and then you become like a dormant person, where you cannot advocate for your people, where you cannot seek for people's views to be heard. And then you come and always want to make sure it's cosmetic. Let's arrange the tables and sit down and then do a and then after that, we take some drink and go back to our house. That is not the paradigm shift I'm speaking about. I am going to be part of people who will strongly advocate for the voices of the youth to be heard. And I have started that. And if you know me, that is my way of doing things. I don't want to sit down and make the youth suffer.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, is it okay to say something quickly?
Yeah.
Just to chip in. Another thing, I can see that we have the structures already. Something like the conversation beyond borders. I think we need to project the youth, not just the youth, but the women more, giving them that platform for them to voice out, because there is a lot of potentials in this chapter that we can harness, like everyone has said. So, bringing them to that platform, giving them that opportunity, the enabling environment where they can talk. And one thing that I'm looking at is when we go to our meetings, sometimes it takes longer to, start the meetings. I think whilst we are there, we can group ourselves into the youth, the women and other, and then listen to them. Use that time, that opportunity to listen to what they have to say, and not just listening to it, put it into action. Once you've listened to them, you adopt the ones that you think will benefit the chapter, so that they will own it. Whatever is being planned, they will feel a part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now, this next question from the comment section is directed to the Deputy Organizer Hopeful, Madam Setina. Hello?
Yes, I can hear. Yeah, I can hear you.
So I'm picking this question from the comment section. He says that as a chapter outside Ghana, how do you intend to work with the national organizing structures in Accra? Is there an established NDC organizing framework or guidance that branches and chapters are expected to follow? And if so, how will you adapt and implement that here in the UK and Ireland?
Thank you very much. As a newer person going into the position, I will not be able to know the collaboration with the national organizers back home. But what I know is most of our activities that we do here, individual executives from Ghana normally attend when they are in the UK. I will have to work with my substantive to establish the framework and use the guidance to support the branches in our chapter to strengthen that collaboration between the national and our chapter here in the UK.
Thank you. This question is to Mr. Jefferson. I need to bring you back on.
Yeah.
So this person wants to know that. Sorry, just 1 minute. Okay, so this person wants to know if you will begin to build a data because the UK IV has no data for the youth. Are you aware of that?
I don't, as in a current database of the youth.
That's right.
Yes, so I did a bit of research and I realized that there is no current database for the youth in terms of our, demography and then population. There's no current database where you can say that this is the database for the youth specifically. Yes, because and then it is not only that the person brings this question at a time where I want to tout a particular effort that I see, because whilst doing my research, I realized people's concerns about we converging at a particular place all the time to vote. So there's a lot of feedback coming in apart from the database.
So the demographic of the youth is non-existent.
Yes. So people, they don't know whether in particular England, this is the total number of youth we have. If you can, there's no database, like I say. So of course, if you look at my background, I think I understand how these things work. I've worked in tech before starting to do immigration stuff. I have a background in information systems. So
is it one of the things you are trying to consider?
Yes, please. Especially the database vis-a-vis an internet or e-voting system where people would vote from the comfort of their homes with a device with the internet, where we will not be wasting time. And so part of the things I think they have not achieved is what I want to bring on board. So I made a research, like I said. I was going to speak on that if somebody brings this up, because this is one of the things that I think if you do, you're able to know. Because when you do a workshop and you have records of people coming, you do a seminar, and then there are parameters that will give to that data. So we know whether you are a student, you are a dependent on somebody, you are a main applicant. So we know that these are the people and where they stay. Then we'll be able to know statistically how we are able to plan and focus the kind of things that we have to do for them to be able to be beneficial to them.
Thank you.
If that is non-existent, then it's a problem. So my paradigm shift is going to bring on board a system, a database system, purposely for the youth, that will make sure that we understand them from a statistical point of view, a bird's eye viewpoint, so we'll be able to know what we have to plan for them. That is very important. So thank you for that question. And that, sorry, I've spoken about other things, but this is something that I want to bring on board.
That's okay, but I'll still be on you. I was hoping because 10 was inaugurated recently. So I was hoping you could speak a little about it and how you are going to expand it or probably become, like for it to stay and serve the purpose that it was inaugurated.
Yes. So when I started speaking, I made the point that I am a breed of 10. I was a member of 10 in the University of Ghana between 2006 to 2010 when I was a student. And at the time, I always say gratitude to the current member of parliament for the South region, Honorable Fred Agbenyu. He put all of us together to start 10 in Legon those days. When we started, if you go to Ayawaso West Wuogon, where University of Ghana is, every hall was a branch. So I was in Legon Hall. So at that branch, when we started, I was a vice chairperson for the Legon Hall branch. Subsequently, when the chairperson completed, I became the branch chairperson. The records are clear. For those of us who were in that system, we were very close to the late Condor leader, so, and then we always, and the time where Honorable Chumbafo, the current CEO of the Financial Authority, was there. We were people who helped to stand strong for TIN to be projected, because at the time, TESCOM was so much popular because we were in opposition at a particular time. So I know how difficult it is to bring people together. So when I started talking, I commended the efforts of Freddie, who is the current youth organizer, for that opportunity to be able to, because it's not easy in this particular place to set up TIN. It's not easy because the students already have issues. And then for them to make their way out, to be able to dedicate their time, energy to TIN, then that is a good start. I will, for the purposes of my experience, I will continue the good work. Freddie came to meet somebody. He has done his best. I am also coming in to build upon what he has started so that we are all achieving, the same goal. It's not about, being the person who has done it well. It's all about the total welfare and then the forwardness of the chapter youth.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Madam Becky, I'll bring you in and then we'll go with Dr. Joe. Okay, so somebody wants to know. Hello, Madam Becky, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, right. So I'm trying to read this. Okay, so somebody wants to know, how would women feel safe that they will be supported in their political area, their political arena in the UK and Ireland chapter, especially by the women's leadership?
Yes, thank you very much. So some of the things to do to enable them feel safe is listening to them. Because if you don't listen to people, then you'll not be able to remove any barrier that they are experiencing. So listening to them, identify with them, and see whatever barriers that they are experiencing. And then after I have done that, I'll be able to identify each woman's strength. Look, every woman, we are stronger than we think. But sometimes we don't know that we are stronger. It will take someone to identify your talent. The just ended women's conference that we did, there was this lady, she is the Aldershot Women's Organizer. My goodness, we all saw the vote of thanks that she gave. You can see the talent. So these are some of the things. Identify their strength, interest, and aspirations. So what do they want to do? Because again, if you want to support them, then they should be able to tell you what they want to achieve. And then you take it forward. Give them like manageable responsibilities so they can start from the background. Like when we are doing activities, what I have also observed is that most of the times it is the chapter women's organizers and the branch women organizers. But there are people that we can also bring on board. Give them like mini tasks, to empower them. Projects within an event. So if we are organizing an event, we can also bring them in. We can provide training, mentoring, and practical support, for these women to enable them. Because when their voices are heard, that is the first, listening to them and, them voicing out is one way to solve their problem. Because they said
that brings me up to my follow-up questions.
Okay.
So most of the times, women don't feel supported because they sometimes, if they share their problems, it becomes a national, can I use the word, debate or something. So sometimes they don't really feel safe telling another person what they are really, really facing. So how will you ensure that confidentiality becomes a key when it comes to you listening to these women sharing a story that nobody knows, or a secret story that nobody knows, but they're entrusting it into your hands?
Absolutely. First of all, I am a professional. And one of the codes of the NMC is to maintain confidentiality at all times. The only time you breach that confidentiality is when their life is in danger. That one, you need to break that. But I'm looking for someone, because I've engaged a lot of people. They have told me, people have confided in me. I'm looking for someone, and I'm challenging to come out to say that they shared this with me and they heard it somewhere. I am not that type. So I will operate an open door where people can come to me and feel that confidence in me to tell me. And then I'll be able to signpost them to resources, empower them, because that is what I do in the community. You know, I do a lot of this. I work with vulnerable families. So I want to use this medium to tell everyone, every woman in this chapter, not even every woman, but every comrade in this chapter, that you can approach me and we'll be able to see how we will support you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now let's go to Dr. Joe. Hello, Dr. Joe.
Hi, it's Kiki. So, I think that the aspirants have gradually moved from intentions to some specifics, right? Like, identifying the real problems of the youth, supporting them, signposting them, like going to the women to get their input, to listen to them. And all these ideas are great, intentions are great. And I would like to know, how will they measure how impactful their strategies will be? If you come into the role, you implement these great ideas, how are you going to measure your impact, the impact you have on the members?
Okay.
Would anybody like to start?
Yeah.
Well, I think we've talked about strategies. We've talked about intentions. We've talked about specifics. I will identify the youth problems, the real problem that they face. We'll go to the women. We'll identify talents in the women, empower them, give them responsibilities to empower them. So now we've done all that, how are we going to measure our impact in the chapter?
Madam Becky, would you like to take that?
Thank you very much. So what we will do is to celebrate even small wins, little wins, celebrate when these are achieved, for them to know that even making that baby step has been acknowledged, has been recognized. So first of all, we will celebrate them. By celebrating them, it will motivate other people. And I remember when I used to work with the special needs, we had something called you said it and we did it. So we will have that like a mini contract. So whatever, bring that evidence based of whatever has been achieved. So we will have like periodic, and the good thing is we have this newsletter, we have our websites. So based on what we have achieved, we will then make it public, but again, we will seek consent, because some people will not want their information to come. We can be discreet about it, but we will shout out and celebrate all these wins that we have chalked so that people will become aware of it and it will motivate others. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to go to the comment section and read something very quickly. Some of the comments that people are sharing. And from Manasseh Minta, he's saying Jefferson for the youth organizer, the best choice for UK and Ireland chapter. And then we have Daniel Bamike just calling out Madam Becky. We also have Julie Belinda Obiri, hardworking incoming women organizer. Then, yeah, these are some comments from the comment section. Now,
Okay.
over to you, Dr. Auntie Becky, somebody says money says that I should tell you you joined late, so you have to pay late fees. I don't know how to do it.
Can I say something? Kiki, I thought you mentioned my name when Dr. Joe talked about impact. Personally, I think I have been very, very impactful. During the 2024 election, I was able to go back home to Ghana, supported our female MP, Honorable Mavis Kukwa. I was on the ground. I worked with other branch constituency executives in the constituency, and we've been able to produce the first female MP for Ahanta West, and also won first time presidential in Ahanta West. I also contributed to mentor to establish the Chester branch. So all these ideas I have already been very impactful without a position. So I know when I'm given the nod, I will be able to impart the branches, individuals, because I already know some of our members here are going back home to contest for various positions in their constituencies. So that's something small I want to say about being impactful. Yeah. Thank you.
Dr. Joe, I want to ask you this question. So having listened to all this response or deliveries from the aspirants, which one area would you advise each of the aspirants to strengthen or improve if they are being given the mandate?
I would advise. I think. Oh, let me tell this story. I was once asked about one quality of effective leadership. I was once asked to choose just one word to describe a quality of effective leadership. And the word I went for was empathy. Empathy. So my advice to the hopefuls are, they have brilliant ideas, the desire to strengthen that chapter through improving communication, engagement, welfare, collaborative working, identifying potentials, and all that. But I would say that let your foundation be empathy. When there is empathy, all the others will fall into place. When there is empathy, you'll be willing to listen. You'll be willing to make all those changes. So I would say that what comes through, or what's important for me, is empathy, and somebody who understands the current challenges of the chapter. And I believe that you have all demonstrated that. I think it's fair to say that all of you have demonstrated an understanding of the challenges in the chapter. So that is great. But I would add empathy to it. That let's allow empathy to guide us in all we do. And I'm sure we'll be able to implement all that we've talked about.
All right, but I'm still on you at a branch executive. What is your take home with all you've heard? I know you are going to do a lot of notes on the others.
My take home from the hopefuls is that I'm looking forward to working with a group of executives who are inspired, who are enthusiastic. And from what I've heard from them, I think it gives me hope that the next batch of chapter executives will be great to work with, because they have shared visions, shared commitment, and they all weave around service, passion, change. So as a branch executive, I'm looking forward to working with them. I believe they are bringing on board something that is positive, and I'm looking forward to working with them. Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joe. Dear viewers, we will be right back to wrap up on this special edition of Conversation Beyond Borders. Stay with me, don't go anywhere, we have more.
Every Black person should please remember that you were Africans before you became anything else.
Revolve is a media technology company that specializes in providing music, entertainment, and lifestyle content from around the world. It is driven by a mission to offer the best music, entertainment, and lifestyle experiences for a global audience, as well as a vision to become the foremost global provider of music and entertainment content with a focus on Africa and Black communities across the world. We curate content and personalize recommendations based on user consumption habits, and is well positioned to capture the growing demand for African music and entertainment content. Revolve appeals to both the underground and mainstream audiences who are interested in African music, entertainment, and lifestyle, and the Black culture movement, with a target audience of ambitious, creative, aspirational, social media savvy, ethical, sociable, yet independently minded individuals. Our platforms allow users to access a diverse range of music and lifestyle related content, including news, videos, gossip, performance series, podcast conversations, documentaries, festival content, artist reviews, and many more through the following categories and brand names: RV Daily, RV Unmute, Vibes Up, Reveal, Verve, and Revolve Plus.
Thank you for staying with us and welcome back. Now, what are your last words to the viewers watching from across the globe? I will start with Auntie Becky.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Any last words to your viewers across the globe?
Yes, I just want to say a massive thank you to our viewers, both here in the UK and all over the globe. Thank you for supporting Conversation Beyond Borders. Please continue to support and make it bigger. Keep sharing, and your views are very valid and respected. But thank you so much for joining in this evening. Thank you.
Mr. Jefferson, any last words?
Yes, so I also want to
the
thank
UK and Ireland chapter.
Yes, so I also, first of all, thank Conversation Beyond Borders for the opportunity, and also want to say that it's all about the youth. The UK Ireland chapter is a very vibrant chapter. We just want to make it a more important diasporan voice. So it's all about whatever it is that everybody's coming in to do to just get the welfare of the chapter. So thank you everybody for viewing and then listening to us. I believe that the youth are not just the future leaders of tomorrow, they are the change makers of today. Let them come up with their voice, and then we work together and we promote their good cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Madam Setina, any last words to the UK and Ireland chapter?
First of all, I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity given to me by Conversation Beyond Borders to share my ideas, my aspiration, and the way forward for our chapter. I just want to say thank you to the viewers as well for their contribution and also tuning in this time to listen to us, and also to ask from my dear comrades that when the time comes, they know I've always been a very active person in the chapter with branch activities, chapter activities, going back home to support our members from Ghana. So they should not forget me and cast their vote for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of this special edition of Conversation Beyond Borders. Today, we have heard from three passionate aspirants, Madam Setina Edem Sunu, Madam Rebecca Anun, and Mr. Jefferson Afodefe. I hope I got the name right. And they have shared their vision, ideas, and aspiration for the future of the NDC UK and Ireland chapter. A very big thank you to our guest anchor, Dr. Jojo Edusei Puku, for joining us and helping to make this.
Can I just cut you there before you end the show?
Right.
And it's announced as the communications officer for the Luton branch that this year, 2026, is a milestone anniversary for the Luton branch.
Okay.
We are celebrating our 15th anniversary. So on behalf of the chapter executives, on behalf of our members, we are inviting you to join in our activities. At the moment, we are busy planning out activities to roll out. So we invite everyone, far and near, that when we roll out our activities for our 15th anniversary, you come and join us to celebrate. Thank you.
Did you say 15th of September?
15th anniversary.
Okay.
And we'll be celebrating in September next month. Will be 15 years. The Luton branch will be 15 years next month.
Is there a specific date or you are deliberating on it?
We are deliberating on that. So watch this space for updates, for further details. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. So a big thank you to you, Dr. Jojo Edusei Puku, for joining us and helping to make this conversation engaging and insightful. And to all our viewers, thank you for spending this time with us. Your voices, your questions, and your engagement are what make Conversation Beyond Borders a platform for meaningful conversation. As the chapter elections approach, let's listen, let's reflect, engage respectfully, and make informed choices. Remember, leadership is about service, vision, and the willingness to make a difference. I am your host, Kiki, and this has been Conversation Beyond Borders. Remember, our conversation may cross borders, but our commitment to community, leadership, and progress knows no boundaries. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep the conversation going. Good evening. God bless us all. Good night.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand